Hello everyone, Lenny Izzo here at lennyizzo.com, and I am continuing with the series on getting to the point in 15 minutes. I've been staying within that 15-minute window, or that 15-minute time slot, which has been a good exercise for me because I can tend to ramble on. Not that there's anything wrong with that. However, we live in a world where getting to the point is the directive of the day. Come on, tell me, get to the point, make it quick, give me the goods really quickly. And we live in this world of immediate result. There is something valuable about looking to get to an immediate result, and there's something that will sabotage your journey on change if you're looking for immediate results. So in getting to the point, what I look to bridge together or integrate is giving some valuable information that I feel is valuable, and information that will help you accomplish the result that you want. Not all information that's out there today will get you a result, particularly around weight loss. This is the third in the series of conscious weight loss, getting to the point and changing your body, changing yourself, as it says here on the board, 90 days to changing you. And when you identify what it is that you want to change, what will you change, getting to the point 90 days on changing your weight. If you identify that you're changing your weight in 90 days, then that's the focus. That is the intention. That's the direction. And that will influence the structure of what you use or utilize in order to get the outcome that you want. And then once you've got the structure in place, which is the most important second step to get that structure allows you to channel your intention. And that's what as I said in the last two videos, I do put a good deal of time could be an hour. Our first session could be in helping you clarify and qualify your intent. Because even though the intent might be, I want to lose the weight, there is an unconscious intention that could be working, and more than likely will be working against that. So it's very important to establish a clear focus at the beginning, set the structure, and then the third category, and this is what I'm talking about today, is to have the support to assist you, to help you, to encourage and empower you to stay on course, to stay on track with that structure. And when it comes to weight loss, if you don't have the right structure to give you the right outcome, all the support in the world won't make a difference. And when you do have the right structure and the right intention, if you don't have the right support, if you don't have the kind of support that will help you stay on track and help you work with those unconscious resistances and help you meet the challenges along the way of any journey for change, without that support, the intention will wear down and the structure will dissolve, and the follow-through and getting to the victory will not be as effective as if you align right intention, clear structure, clear support, and clear follow-through. So today, for the next 12 minutes or so, I choose to talk to you about support and what that means relative to a 90-day program. I have said it before. A friend of mine last week, when she was critiquing the series on getting to the point, said, you tend to say things over and over again. And I said, yes, I do. And she was suggesting that I do not be so redundant. And I took that critique and that input, and I understand the importance of that, and I choose to be redundant with certain points, because what I am looking for, the results I want, the result that I'm looking to create with you out there is, one, discover who chooses to work with me, who's ready to come on board and work a partnership that has as an outcome a 90-day transformational experience, which is the final result, the bottom line. The getting to the point part is losing weight and changing your life around. Weight loss today, body fat weight loss. When we lose body fat, we understand today that that is the number one component in which we measure how quickly we're accelerating our age. Increased body fat, increased acceleration of biological age, which means the more body fat we have on us, the older we get, the quicker. We get older quicker. We age in an accelerated manner. So when we lose weight and lose body fat, there is a significant impact we make, not just on our health, but on our aging process. We slow that aging process down. We align that aging process more with our authentic coding, our DNA coding. We are coded for health. We are not coded for disease, contrary to what the conventional establishment would have you believe when they say, oh, you have diabetes because you are genetically coded for it. You have heart disease because you are genetically coded for it. You have cancer because you are genetically coded for it. That is not true. That is not true. You might have a genetic predisposition, and we call that our genotype. The genes you have are the cards you are dealt with, and the cards you are dealt, and those are the cards you have to play with. Those are the genes. You cannot change your genes. And what we understand now is what you can change is the environment in which those genes grow up in, and you have control of that. The environment is your metabolic environment. The environment is your mindset environment, conscious and unconscious. Your environment are the feelings that you choose to create your life with, or the feelings that are unconsciously creating your life, and it might be the life you don't want. Your environment is where you live, from this home to the home of your homestead, your house, your immediate environment. The environment is the relationships you have right around you. So you have control over the environment, and we call that the phenotype. The phenotype is really the environment that our genes grow up with, and we have control over that. And what we understand now is that the phenotype, the environment, controls what genes get activated and what genes don't. So you're going to have two people that have the genetic predisposition for diabetes and obesity, and obesity is not a genetic predisposition. It's an anomaly. It's not a God code. It's the code we've created. We created obesity. Nature didn't. But you could have a certain genetic predisposition, and because of the environment and the choices you're making on what you put in and what you consume in terms of thoughts, feelings, belief systems, self-image, and food and nutrition, obviously, and exercise and lifestyle, you can either trigger a healthy pattern that can lead to healthy blood sugar, or you can trigger a pattern that will lead to diabetes and heart disease and such. So it's not the disease. That's part of our structure, a clear structure. We have a clear structure. In this 90-day program, I want to get back to why I believe redundancy is important. Redundancy is important because my belief is until a person understands why they're doing something and gets a clear intent on why they're doing it, you don't have to understand it the way I understand it. You don't have to understand it the way the people who coach you understand it. You just want the result. What you do want to understand is what is important to stay the course and what is important to have a heads up for. Where are the challenges you're going to meet along the way? Most people don't recognize where those challenges come from in weight loss. That's why the support is so important. So I will be redundant in these series. I will talk about clear intention, clear structure, clear support, and clear follow-through, so that what I would like to see happen is that someone 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now says, I heard that video and now I just recognize what he was saying, the importance of clear follow-through, and that I'm not following through. It just registered now. I heard it, but because he said it a few times, I just didn't hear it from here. I heard it from here, and I heard it from that subconscious realm, that unconscious realm, that realm where all of our creative juice and our creative flow comes from, and where all of our resources really are contained. And when we tap into that kind of power, that unconscious, and bring it and make it conscious, and then put a direction to it, we can change weight, you can change finances, you can change your life, you can take control of your life. And this is what so many coaches and teachers, this is the message of today, is to become more conscious of what it is you choose to change. Get control over your life. And you've heard me say it, when that is aligned with a higher principle, when you have control over your life, then what? How will your life change? How will that serve others? How will you help others? Because if any are bound, none are free. So then when you lose that weight, when you gain your health back with the right support system, and I'm going to talk for the last 5 minutes on that support system. When you do that, then how will your life change? How will the evolution of you bring greater value through your network? This network, and the network that you serve, your community. That's not always clearly defined at the beginning of a journey. And the motivation rightly can be, and rightly should be, relative to weight loss, make this about you. Make this about you. And there's a code in there, I believe, that when we touch our authenticity, who I am, that code is naturally built into others. It is the relationship between the one and the many. It's just an inherent relationship. So weight loss is not just about you. It is about the value that is in there. It's about who you are and bringing what you have into the world. And if it's bottled up or cloaked or covered up in any kind of significant weight issue, which is epidemic in our culture today, then somewhere in there you will be covered up, and you will be cloaked, and you will be hidden behind that metabolic issue. Make no mistake, it is about metabolism. It is about metabolism. It's clearly about metabolism. So the structure has to penetrate that sluggish metabolism and elevate that metabolism, upgrade that metabolism to a metabolism that's true to your true genetic predisposition. The support around that is key. This third step is so key. What do you want? You want support that can help you stay with the structure, and it's got to be a structure that shifts metabolic function. Don't just manipulate calories around, just changing what you eat. It's not going to work. You're going to be on a yo-yo path, up and down, up and down. But you want to shift metabolic function. And the support is both the coaching that you get, the mindset that is established, the partnership with a support group or a support person or a support vessel or vehicle. And I'm going to talk more about that in one of my next videos on how I do that. This video series is support. I'm creating this to help empower and support. Support that's authentic support also empowers people to stay with the program. So it doesn't just have inspiration to it. It helps support your motivation. Support your motivation. And your motivation rightly should be or can be or is required to be, let me say it, I will say it that way, is required to be, your motivation is required to be directly connected to your intention, the outcome you want. And if you're like me, when it comes to change, those changes in my life that are most difficult for me usually are the changes that have the greatest fear around it, conscious or unconscious. Weight issues will have a pocket of fear around it. It will have a pocket of anger, repressed or suppressed, a pocket of unprocessed sadness or grief, a big pocket of unprocessed joy. It could. Doesn't mean that people who have weight issues are not joyful. Yeah, you can be joyful, but there is some interference energetically, emotionally, belief system wise, as well as in terms of what you put into your body, what you consume on a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 cycle, what you put into your system that is affecting your metabolic function in a regenerative way or a degenerative way. So the support is required to support all of those levels, so that your coaching is supporting your intention, and your intention is supporting your motivation, and your motivation is providing you with greater inspiration that says, I can do this. And the inspiration is changing the mindset that says, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. It's too hard. I don't deserve to do it. All of the sabotaging belief systems that are in there that are not part of the programming you were born with, but part of the programming you were given. The environment that's feeding your DNA, that's giving your DNA different messages. We understand now the relationship between the unconscious thought patterns and how that affects cellular function. It is direct. Not only the nutrients, like I spoke about in the last video, the micronutrients, those small, tiny vitamins and minerals, those phytonutrients, those particles of nature that need to get into the cell to nourish that cell, because it's from that cell that our body is born, complete, from all those cells. And every cell has a consciousness of itself and of the whole body, the many and the one, same relationship. The cells work for the community, and they work for themselves. And we understand now how nutrition affects that, how toxicity affects that, how excess sugar affects that, how our thought forms affect it directly. A thought form can directly, if it is maintained over the course of a lifetime, can affect you to release your true genetic expression, to be who you are, to be why you came, to be engaged, to be healthy, and to be whatever weight you were meant to be. Right? Whatever the image of you is according to who you are. We are created in the image and likeness. So the support of a 90-day program has to be strong enough outside of yourself. The coaching, the conviction on the part of that person or those or the program you're working with, the track record, the belief system, the availability, the connection that does not break when you want it to be broken because the pressure of fear of change is too much, or the tension of breaking through an old pattern that is saying to you, you can never do it, is too much, or whatever those sabotaging or destructive thought forms or metabolic forms or feeling forms or spiritual forms or the forms from outside of ourselves that gives the message that you can't be done. The support is required to hold steady, to hold you steady through the journey of change and transformation. And as I said a few times, that support is required to be in place at every one of those levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And when that support is there, you will be led and you will lead yourself through a cycle of transformation. And if weight change was your conscious intent, that will happen with the right structure, the right support, and the right follow-through. So once again, this is Dr. Lenny Izzo at lennyizzo.com, coming to you with the series on getting to the point. I thoroughly enjoyed today with you. Come back again, look to my next video on the follow-through, and put this all together. And if you are motivated or inspired to work with me, give me a call at my office at 631-547-LIFE. This is lennyizzo.com. If any are bound, none are free. Bless you in your journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.